Huh. Alright. Since this is the chapter called The Suspect, I'm gonna go ahead and point out the most suspicious person. Where the fuck have you been, Kumasawa? Now, since you're the most suspicious person, you're most likely not the person behind what's going on. But at the same time, you're pretty suspicious since I've not seen you this entire day. So are you going to be missing like Kinzo was for the entirety of the first episode? Or is there more than meets the eye with you, Kumasawa-ba-chan? Anyways, let's get on to this episode. Rosa and the rest returned from the chapel to the parlor in the mansion. Such a horrific thing had happened so early in the morning. Of course, they were high-strung. Babbler and George, who had cried, raged, and let their emotions explode after seeing their parents' tragic bodies, returned to the parlor, sat on the sofas, and let their minds go blank, as though everything up until then had been a lie. Only Maria was completely unchanged, and looked just like normal. When she wasn't being mischievous, she was basically a kid who played wordlessly by herself. So, even if her mind was blank, she would probably look as she did. But, as she turned on the TV and flipped through the channels, it looked as though nothing about her had changed from normal. Perhaps Rosa had some opinions about this attitude, which was clearly different from normal people. She stared at Maria's back with a gaze that wasn't quite pleasant. Eventually, Kumasawa came to say good morning. Kumasawa, if you're not guilty, you are so gonna also get the brunt of everyone's suspicion, even if you're innocent. Either way, by how you're just nonchalant about everything going on right now, but that might be because you don't know what's going on. Alright, there we go. Alright, Kumasawa, time for you to get the shock of your life if you're, not guilty. Her cheerful manner was clearly out of place, and she couldn't help but be bewildered at the strange atmosphere in the room. Then, she heard the details from Goda, and expressed her shock in a truly noisy manner.
もちろん警察には連絡したんですよね。こういう時はどうすればいいんでしょう。おお、どうすればいいんでしょう。
Should I say Kumasawa's innocent or not? Like, yes, usually the first person to be suspected is usually not the culprit, but in this case, I can't really tell. Like, yeah, she's gonna be the first suspect because she was the only one out of the loop of what happened. But at the same time, is she really involved or not? Like, that's one thing I cannot decide if Kumasawa is involved. So, yeah. I can formulate theories as to why she could still be guilty, but also formulate theories as to why she's not guilty. But the things about her not being guilty are just, theories based off of mystery setups. Like, she's the most suspicious one. But, due to the rule of mystery setup, the first suspect is never the killer. Though, of course, I might be, absolutely wrong about that suspicion, because this work could definitely show that the first person to be, extremely suspicious may still be the culprit. Though, internally, I'm telling myself, don't suspect Kumasawa because that's like the first person. Don't do that. But also at the same time, I'm also thinking, what if she is actually guilty, and my sense of the first suspect is always innocent is wrong. Well, that can still apply to, Ava in the previous episode. That could have applied to Ava, and she could have been partially responsible for what happened. Though, of course, of all the culprits of the massacre, I don't think Ava's involved. I don't think Ava is a killer, even though that kind of breaks the thing of the first suspect can be a killer. That breaks that little mindset, but this is the second game. The first suspect is Kumasawa, so this could be an indication that she might not be the murderer, but also at the same time I have a feeling that she could be involved. If any of that just made sense, you all. Yeah. Hopefully what I'm saying makes sense. But yeah, I don't know if Kumasawa could be a culprit or not. Like, internally, I don't think she is, but also at the same time, she might be. I'm not throwing away that possibility.
落ち着いて聞いてください。どうも昨夜の落雷で何かの機械がやられたようなのです。それで電話が使えなくなっておりまして。
じゃあ台風が過ぎるまで警察にも連絡できないんですか？
Maybe Kumasawa's exaggerated surprise was a little comical. Rosa giggled in spite of the situation. Because of that, the fog of confusion that had covered her head cleared up a little.
私がしっかりしなきゃ。マリアだけじゃない。ジョージ君もバタラ君も今は私が親代わりなんだからしっかりしなきゃいけない。
Rosa had been the youngest sibling, with a large difference in age between her and the others. She was always treated as a child. Every time she learned something new, it was something obvious to her brothers and sister. She had grown complex, thinking that she must be incompetent. So she had formed a passive attitude, asking her brothers and sisters for advice every time something happened. But she no longer had any brothers or sisters. Now, Rosa was the only one of the 4 Shiramiya siblings left. Furthermore, if Kinzo continued to shut himself away, even in this extraordinary situation, Rosa would have to surpass this crisis as the representative of the head.
私はもう子供じゃない。子供じゃない。
Well, congratulations, Maria! In the unlikely event that you are in the succession of the head, you are now in the succession of the head! Since now the headship goes from Kinzo to Rosa to you, Maria! Oh no, I'm gonna cause another comment string about whether or not what I said is right or not. Rosa slapped her knees lightly and stood up. She must not wait for orders now. She had to start moving herself. She picked up the receiver to the extension phone on the side table. Then she immediately remembered that the telephones were out of order. Genji and Shannon, who she had sent to see Kinzo, hadn't returned yet. She had a general guess. He was probably yelling about something nonsensical again, and they were unable to calm him. His important chapel had been defiled with blood. That was easy to imagine. She had planned on using the extension phone to call the study, but with the telephone line dead, there was nothing else for it. Rosa decided to go to the study directly, with her own 2 feet. Her old self would have been so frightened that she wouldn't have been able to go to see Kinzo. And in fact, if she did meet him, she would probably be blamed for something and abused. But now wasn't the time to be frightened. As his true daughter, she had to make him aware of the current situation.
熊沢さん、私はお父様のところへ行ってきます。特にジョージ君とバタラ君の2人をお願いします。きっとだいぶ神経が参ってると思うの。
ええ、それはそうでございましょうとも。本当にお気の毒なことです。何か温かい飲み物でも作ってあげることにいたします。
ありがとう。
Rosa went out into the hallway and headed towards Kinzo's study. The atmosphere in this mansion, which she had spent her younger days in, and should have been full of memories, seemed somehow different. And she began to climb the stairs in the entrance hall. Just then, in the gloom down the stairs behind Rosa, something glowed. What the? Oh no. Wait, what the fuck? Wait, no, isn't it a little bit early for another Twilight? It was a single fluttering gold butterfly. It fluttered around and sparkled. That butterfly quietly danced without a sound. Obviously, no one can hear the sound of a butterfly's wings beating. And then, it stopped on Rosa's back as she slowly climbed up the stairs. Rosa didn't notice. And, to an ignorant observer, it would probably have looked just as though a single sheet of gold leaf in the shape of a butterfly had gotten stuck there. Without noticing, Rosa continued heading to Kinzo's study. Holy shit, wait! Oh, wait, is this Beatrice trying to get into Kinzo's study through Rosa? Well, silly for Beatrice to know, but Kinzo's probably not gonna let Rosa in.
Saて、次はどう遊ばせてもらおうか。まだまだ駒はいくらでもある。
Are you gonna speedrun the massacre this time? Oh my god, wait, is she actually gonna speedrun the massacre? In the parlor, which had returned to silence, the only sound was that of the TV, which Maria was watching alone. If there was anything audible other than that, it was the sound of the rain, which had continued on and on since last night. Every one of those people who had viewed that unearthly and horrible scene stayed silent, as though praying that the events of this morning were all a dream. Only Kumasawa hadn't seen it, and so acted slightly differently. She instead found this silence difficult to bear, and was fidgety with the desire to cheer everyone up. However, unable to say more than she should, it seemed that she was racking her brains as to how she could be of some use. Normally, it would be time for breakfast. However, maybe because something like that had happened, Goda seemed to have forgotten about preparing a meal. No, maybe everyone was so beaten up that they had forgotten their hunger. Kumasawa wanted to bring up the subject of what they should do for breakfast, but it didn't seem like the right atmosphere, so she really couldn't. But it was difficult being hungry, so she casually made a proposal.
皆さんもいろいろあってお疲れでしょ。こういう時は温かい紅茶で体を温めるのが一番ですよ。
それはいい提案ですな。私も賛成です。
美味しい紅茶にジャムを塗ったビスケットなどいかがですか。 そうそうハロウィンの時期が近いみたいでかぼちゃ型の美味しそうなクッキーが棚にありました。
あ、熊沢さん、それは。
Of course, she had said the wrong thing. Because she had reminded Battler and the rest about that horrible and tragic Halloween party in the chapel. Nanjo hurriedly whispered into Kumasawa's ear.
バトラさん、本当にすみません。悪気はなかったんですよ。
いや、気にしてねえぜ。この煮えくり返るような怒りは絶対犯人にお返ししてやるぜ。
その犯人はまだこの島にいるのかな。
Yes.
いるだろうな。何しろ台風が過ぎるまで船は来ないんだ。
そうですとも。船はちょっとの風でも欠航しますからね。ましてや台風では絶対に船になんか乗れませんよ。
気持ち悪いな。
兄貴もそう思うのか。俺もだぜ。犯人が例の謎の来客かどうかは捨ておいてもだ。
Stupefaction. Sorry, Nanjo. Stupefaction. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
私たちはついついベアトリーチェを名乗る謎の来客を怪しがってしまいますが、まだ犯人と決まったわけではありません。彼女がまだ死体の出ていない犠牲者である可能性も残っている。
それを考えるとどうしても理解できないことがあるんだ。
それはどういうことでしょうか。
簡単さ。さっき熊沢のばあちゃんの言った通りだよ。この島は今台風の真っ只中で脱出不能だ。それは犯人だって同じさ。なら犯人にとって犯行発覚は可能なら最も避けたいことのはずだ。
そうですね。礼拝堂の入り口にあんな不気味な魔法陣を書いて、ここに死体がありますなどとアピールする必要はありませんね。
そうさ、そういうことなんだ。さらに言えばあの6人にあんなむごたらしいことをするだけの手間をかけられたなら、6人の死体を発見不能な場所に隠すことだって可能だったはず。
同感だね。あの残酷なハロウィンパーティーは多分死んだ人たちに向けられたものじゃない。やがて発見する僕たちへ向けたものなんだよ。魔法陣はそのためのアピールだと言い切れるだろうね。
犯人はこの島からしばらく逃げられないことを知っている。にもかかわらず台風の真っ最中に死体を見つけさせたいような真似をした。こりゃどういうことなんだ。俺が犯人だったなら死体を見つけさせるような真似は絶対にしないんだが。
ベアトリーチェ様はお部屋におられませんでした。特に部屋が荒らされていた様子もありませんし。ああ、いえ、お嬢様がだいぶ荒らしてしまいましたが。
そういや、ジェシカは
Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. I just realized one thing. When Jessica and Kanon died, didn't Beatrice move Kanon's body? Well, that's not good.
カノンさんが様子を見てくれています。多分お嬢様のお部屋におられるでしょう。
よくないね。
Hour of Darkness.
犯人は間違いなくまだこの島にいる。今の状況下で少人数で孤立することはそれほどいいことだとは思わない。
それはどういう意味ですか？まさか犯人は私たち全員を殺すつもりだとおっしゃるんですか？
You know, I'm kind of glad they're making that realization this early on. Because this makes things a lot more interesting.
落ち着きましょう。まだそうと決まったわけではありません。
ところが悔しいことにその可能性も否定できねえんだよな。この手紙が礼拝堂にあった。これによるならば犯人は魔女様で、じい様の碑文の謎を解いて黄金を見つけなきゃ一族老頭を皆殺しにするみてえなことを言っている。
それは本当ですか？私にも読ませていただいてよろしいですか？
Well, Goda, it's time for you to use your crossword abilities and solve the Avatar's riddle. Because, yeah, of all people, you might be able to solve it. Puzzles equals being able to solve where gold is, right? As they read the witch's letter, Goda, Kumasawa, and Nanjo's faces grew even paler than they had been. Kumasawa could no longer hide her shaking.
死にたくなかったらじい様の隠し黄金を見つけてみろか。ふざけやがって。てめえじゃ解けない謎だから俺たちに解かせようって腹に決まってるぜ。
しかし実際のところはどうなんでしょう。奥様は常々黄金伝説は親方様が作られた幻想に過ぎないと言い切られておりました。本当に実在するものなのかは怪しいところですよ。
そうですな。あったらいいなとは思いつつ半信半疑だったはずです。親族の皆さんが黄金伝説を信じ始めたのは金蔵さんが健康を崩して遺産問題が浮上してからです。それまでは信じている人はほとんどいなかったと思います。
そうか、それでかな。覚えてるかい？礼拝堂のテーブルの上、黄金のインゴットが3つあったね。あれだけでも相当の価値があるよ。あれはまさに黄金伝説は実在することを証明してるんじゃないかな。
お待ちください。今黄金が3つとおっしゃいましたか？
ああ、確かに3つが積み上げてあったぜ。それが何だってんだ？
私旦那様がお話になっているのを聞いたことがあるんです。
Mind.
ええ、聞いただけでございますよ。別にこっそりお話に聞き耳を立てていたわけではございませんとも。ええ。
Don't lie, Kumasawa.
今は気にしないぜ。それで何だってんだ？あの金塊が3つじゃ何かまずいってのか？
ええ。旦那様がおっしゃるには 黄金伝説を裏付ける黄金は一つしか見つかっていないのだそうです。
そうでしたな。確か金蔵さんがマルソーの会長さんに黄金の山を見せて、その一本を持ち帰らせたというような話だったはずです。
その一つをですね、旦那様はお持ちになられていたのです。そしてこうもおっしゃっておりました。親方様の黄金伝説を裏付ける黄金はこれ一つしかないとも。
旦那様ってクラウスおじさんの話だよな。ってことはなんだ？じゃなくて3つ？おいおい、どこから出てきたんだよ。多すぎるぜ。
こうは考えられませんか。他の親族の方もそれぞれ見つけておられて、それを一つずつ持ち寄られたとか。
いや、私はそうは思いません。親族の皆さんがお屋敷に来られた時、私は皆さんのお荷物を預からせてもらっています。その時不審な重さは感じませんでした。
あれは10キロくらいはあったと思う。そんな重さが荷物に入っていたら僕だって気づくよ。でもそんな雰囲気はなかった。
うちも同じだぜ。せいぜい着替えと常備薬、桐江さんの化粧道具、そんなもんだったと思う。ローザおばさんの荷物も軽そうに見えたぜ。
となるとその3つ積まれた金塊は彼らあるいは僕らに示されたものということになるね。黄金伝説は間違いなく存在する。幻想なんかじゃない。それを暴いてみろと。
それの隠し場所を示したあの碑文を私たちに解かせて横取りしようという魂胆でしょうか。
確かにそれが一番筋が通る。しかし腑に落ちない点もいくつかあるぜ。まず碑文を一番解けそうな人物である親たちが真っ先に殺されてる。これはいきなり矛盾があるように思う。そしてここがもっと腑に落ちない。黄金伝説は実在するって言ってどうして黄金が積めるんだ。まるで犯人はもう自分だけは黄金を見つけていて、お前らも見つけてみろって言ってるみたいに見えるじゃないか。
犯人もクラウスおじさんのようにその3本を手に入れ黄金伝説を確信し、残りを僕らに探させようとしていると考えるのが一番しっくりくるね。
チェス盤に駒がちっとも並ばねえ。犯人が何を企んでいて何をしたいのか何をさせたいのかがさっぱりだ。無駄なのか。何を考えても今の時点では。
書いてあるよ。何をさせたいかは。みんなは文字読めないのかな。
Maria suddenly laughed in a creepy voice. I thought she'd been concentrating on the TV, but she'd been listening in too, apparently. As she remained facing the TV, she very simply told us what we were forgetting.
ベアトリーチェは黄金が欲しいなんて一言も言ってないよ。ベアトリーチェは碑文の謎をみんなが解けるか解けないか、それしか聞いてないんだよ。どうせ無理だろうって思ってるに違いないけどね。
マリアにはそれが解けるってのか。
知らない。だっ ってマリアは黄金鏡へ連れてってもらうんだもん。ベアトリーチェの邪魔なんかしないよ。あ、痛
い。どうやらこれ以上を知るにはマリアに話を聞くほかないようだな。マリア、聞かせてもらうぜ。ベアトリーチェってのは何者だ？何を企んでるんだ？
ベアトリーチェはね、魔女なの。不思議な力で何でもできる。魔法の力で何でもできる。黄金も生み出せるし、パンも生み出せる。もちろんお菓子だって生み出せるよ。見たでしょ？
At that time, everyone jumped at the sound of a door being closed forcefully. We turned around to find that at some point, Rosa had returned, bringing Genji and Shannon. Then she rapidly approached Maria, her heels clacking, and hit her sharply on the cheek.
そんな話はやめなさい。バトラ君たちが気を悪くするでしょ。
Without waiting for a response, she slapped Maria's cheek once more. Everyone could only stand there, shocked.
うーではわからないわよ。はいは。
She mercilessly slapped Maria's cheek again. Maybe she didn't feel like resisting after being hit twice. Maria wickedly said yes.
ローザさん、そこまでひどくすることはない。
娘に対する教育です。口は挟まないでいただきます。
The atmosphere around Rosa, with Genji and Shannon in tow, was somehow cold and yet dignified. Completely different from how she seemed before she left. We saw that Auntie Rosa was holding something that looked like a gun. I couldn't imagine that she would have brought back a toy in this situation.
ローザおばさん、それは。
お父様のものです。このような事態ですので特別に借りてきました。みんなだって分かってるはず。犯人はまだ近くにいるのですから。何があるか分からない。
同感です。犯人が何を企んでいるかを探るよりも、僕たちは身の安全を先に考えた方がいいかもしれない。
There it is. I needed my thinking pen.
お父様はご無事でしたが、突然の出来事に多少取り乱していました。幸いにも部屋からは出ないと言っていますので安全でしょう。あと、私たちは極力同じ場所に集まるべきです。
同感だぜ。相手がどこに潜んでいるのかもわからねえし、何しろ一人という保証もねえんだ。
I shivered at the words that had come out of my own mouth. That's right. Could a single person kill 6 people and create such a horrible scene all alone? Isn't it natural to assume that this crime was carried out by multiple culprits?
ローザさんに同感です。私たちは一ところに集まるのがいいでしょうな。
ええ、私もそれが良いと思いますよ。
お嬢様たちももうそろそろこちらへお呼びした方がいいかもしれません。
そうだね。もう降りてきてもらおう。
George and Nikki made to grab the extension phone, but Goto-san shook his head. Oh, right. We can't use the phones right now.
俺と何人かで行ってこよう。ジョージの兄貴にゴーダさんも来てくれれば十分だろ。
いいえ、みんなで一緒に行きましょう。狼と羊のパズルなのよ。私たちがここに揃い安定しているならこの状態が一番安全。
Oh, okay. That's what I know what that means, yeah.
狼と羊のパズル？
おお、マリア持ってるよ。見せてあげる。
マリア、テレビを消しなさい。源氏さん、ジェシカちゃんの部屋を教えてください。みんなで行きましょう。
はい、ご案内いたします。
さあみんな一緒に行動するわよ。私の指示に従って。
We stood up. Maria alone looked like she had some lingering attachment to the TV, but she went along with everyone for now and got up.
シャノン、よかった。戻りが遅いから少し心配してたよ。
ご心配をおかけしました。親方様より筆行のご命令があったもので。
筆行？
シャノン。
すみません、失礼しました。
Whoops. We headed for Jessica's room, led by Genji-san and Auntie Rosa, holding the gun. Jessica and Ken-kun are a girl and boy of about the same age. That'd sure be a shame if we walked in on them at a bad time. It's what I'd have joked about normally, I'm sure. At that store, however, Auntie Rosa was on edge, constantly exuding tension. So it really wasn't the kind of atmosphere where I could joke like that.
ほら遅れないで。みんな一緒に行動するの。犯人はいつどこから飛びかかってくるかわからないのよ。
No. Maybe Auntie Rosa's attitude was more appropriate. Since grandfather hadn't come down, Auntie Rosa was the leader. This wasn't a situation where she could smile like she always did. And Auntie Rosa was herself a mother. She probably also thought that, if she didn't get a hold of herself, some harm might befall her beloved daughter. The culprit had killed 6 of our parents at once. The method they had used was unknown, but there was a good chance that this opponent could take down a large number of people in an instant. Was that with weapons or with numbers? Or was it the magic of a witch? In any case, it definitely didn't look like there were any factors indicating we could get careless. The rest of us should also take much greater care, like Auntie Rosa.
みんな止まって。
Auntie Rosa spoke in a sharp voice. When we peered forwards, wondering what was up, we immediately noticed the reason. Alright. I need to take a pee break. Before we see the reason, I need to pee because I don't know if this reason is going to accidentally make me pee my pants. So I'm gonna take a quick run so I don't do any accidents. Alright, let's see the reason now.
何ですかこれは。
皆様お下がりを。
Goto-san and Genji-san approached the door. Jessica's room was probably on the other side of that door.
これは礼拝堂の扉に落書きしていたのと同じ塗料のようですね。
そのようです。書かれてまだ時間がそう経っていないように見えます。
なんだありゃ。また魔法陣かよ。
月の一の魔法陣だね。赤の扉を開く力があるよ。
The door to Jessica's room had that creepy graffiti on it, which had been drawn on the door to the chapel. That strange shape definitely had some meaning related to the occult. But it didn't matter what that meaning was. We were more worried about whether those two were alright.
そんなことはどうでもいいよ。ジェシカちゃんとカノン君は無事なの？
嫌な予感がしますな。早くジェシカさんたちを連れて下に降りましょ
う。お嬢様、お嬢様、おられますか？お返事をお願いします。
Goto-san knocked violently and yelled, but there was no answer. He twisted the doorknob with a clatter, but the lock just resisted him.
ローザ様、鍵がかかっているようです。
仕方ないわ。開けてください。
Genji nodded, and Goto quickly unlocked the door with the master key. In the back of my mind, horrible images floated up and disappeared, one after another. A magic circle had been drawn on the floor to the chapel, and 6 corpses had been behind that. So, if there was a magic circle drawn on the door to Jessica's room, then beyond it...
ジェシカ様！
どうしたの？
Wecrium.
いたの？
ジェシカ、どうした？
It was truly heartless. The expression on Goto-san's face, and what he said when he opened the door, prepared us for the brutal fate that Jessica might have met, even without seeing her. Everyone tumbled into Jessica's room at once. That scene told everyone that their worst fears were right on the mark.
Jessica!
Whoa. I did not expect the CG of her death. Wait, didn't this happen with Genji? Not Genji, Hideyoshi? Yeah, Hideyoshi also had his death shown. Interesting. So, second Twilight, we get to see one of the bodies? Interesting. Very interesting.
Nanjo sensei!
She's fucking dead! What else do you want me to say? The room seemed elegant for Jessica's age, and there she was inside it, lying on the ground. Ushimiya Jessica, found in her own room in the mansion, with a weapon shaped like a stake having been rammed into her back. At the very end, she got to be with the person she loved. She must have been happy. God. This fucking song is this fucking song, whenever it plays, tears me up. It's the song that gets me. There was a large pool of blood on the floor. And there was a knife or something sticking deep into her back. Was it a knife? There was a design in the handle that had been done in a double motif. There was no doubt that this weapon carried some kind of occult meaning.
これはひどい。お亡くなりになっています。 これは多分肺まで届いてるでしょうな。死んでからそう時間は経っていません。
ジェシカー、くそくそー。
バトラ様、
甘かった、分かってた。島からは逃げられない以上、犯人は必ず近くにいたんだ。ならどうしてすぐに警戒しなかったんだ。甘えてた。犯人ってやつは罪を犯したらこそこそと逃げて隠れてるもんだと思い込んでた。
あの時の僕たちは動転してた。ジェシカちゃんが怒りに身を任せて駆け出すのも仕方がないことだと思ってた。でも甘かったんだ。止めるべきだった。
幸田さん、どうしてジェシカちゃんたちを放ってきちゃったの？あなたが一緒にいてくれたらこんなことには。
Jesus, put the blame on Yoda, I guess.
いえ、それは私は危険ですから戻りましょうと言いました。ただお嬢様は一人になりたいと申しまして、カノンさんが自分に任せてほしいと言いまして、
I mean, yeah, kind of. He might have should have been smarter since there was active murder on the island. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, but he would have been fucked as well. Yeah, I don't know. Did Goda do anything wrong here? I can't tell.
それを言ったらカノンさんはどこへ？
Oh! Beatrice moved the body so that Kanon would be suspicious.
そうだ。
Kanon. Missing. The witch erased his corpse for fun. That alone threw them into chaos. If the human world is what is, then what is not is undoubtedly fantasy. Fantasy depicts what they themselves fear. Oh no! Oh my god! Beatrice, you clever fucker!
カノン君は一体。
カノン君、
George kinda looks pissed.
どこに？
カノンさんはお嬢様と一緒にいたはずです。一体どこに？
まさかやられたんじゃないだろうな。
静かに。この部屋に誰か隠れているかもしれない。ベッドの下やクローゼットなどを探して。
There was also a chance that Keniku's corpse had been pushed away somewhere. At Rosa-san's order, everyone searched the room together. But there wasn't a single human hiding anywhere. Well, there wasn't a single human hiding anywhere. What about furniture? I'm sorry.
どこにもないぜ。まさか犯人に連れ出されたか。なら早く探し出して助けないと。もたもたしてるとヤバいことになるかもしれねえぞ。ローザおばさん、屋敷内を捜索しよう。犯人を探そう。カノン君。
Oh wait, what the fuck? I double clicked. Wait, how do I do this again? Yeah, okay, scroll up.
どこにもないぜ。まさか犯人に連れ出されたか。なら早く探し出して助けないと。もうローザおばさん、
Oh my
屋敷内
god.
を捜索しよう。犯人を探そう。カノン君を助け出そう。
One more time, I'm so sorry. I'm trigger happy today.
どこにもないぜ。まさか犯人に連れ出されたか。なら早く探し出して助けないと。 もたもたしてるとやばいことになるかもしれねえぞ。ローザ屋敷内を捜索しよう。犯人を探そう。カノン君を助け出そう。
静かに。
Auntie Rosa yelled at us loudly, and we fell instantly silent. She was probably contemplating something. But what in the world could that be? Auntie Rosa walked around the room as though looking for something, or as though she was collecting her thoughts. Then, she found something on the side table by the bed, and picked it up.
誰かわかる人、教えて。これは何の鍵かしら？
Auntie Rosa showed everyone a key with a cute mascot attached to it. Judging from its cute appearance, I didn't doubt that it was Jessica's key, but I had no way of knowing what key it was.
おそらくこの部屋のお嬢様のお部屋の鍵でしょう。
After hearing that, Auntie Rosa made a point of going outside the door and checking. Without a doubt, it was the key to this room.
どうしてこんなところに置いてあるのかしら？普通、大事な鍵はポケットとかにしまわないかしら？
お嬢様はご自分の部屋に施錠される習慣はあまりありませんでした。ただ、学校に行かれる時だけは旦那様などに勝手に部屋を見られたくないと言って施錠されていたようですが。
I don't know why I thought that was funny.
なるほど。登校してるわけじゃないから、ジェシカちゃんがここに鍵を置くのは自然なことということね。この扉を開けられる鍵はいくつあるの？
お嬢様がお持ちの一つだけですが。
Didn't you unlock that door with the master key?
あなたたちのマスターキーでは開けられないの？
開けられます。
マスターキーは何本あるの？使用人の人は全員持ってるの？余剰分はある？
はい。私たちは全員が持っています。余剰分はどうでしょう？
This definitely kind of gives an indication that a servant is involved with these.
以前は何本かありましたが、奥様に不用心だと強くお叱りを受けまして、対応が取られたはずです。
そうです。私たち使用人が1本ずつ持つのみです。それ以外は存在しません。
ちょいと待て。確か前回のゲームじゃマスターキーには余剰分があるって話じゃなかったのか？
それについてだがな、所在不明のマスターキーが何本もあってはわらわにあまりに不利であることに気づいたのだ。
She is changing up the game. She's changing up the game this time around. Hold on. I don't know if I said this in the previous episode, but I'm gonna say it here. Kayube. I'm gonna say this here now. I don't know if I said this last time, but this game, yes, this game right now, is being orchestrated by Beatrice. I don't think she controlled the first game. She can control this second game, but she didn't control this first game. And that is because the belief in her has heightened this episode. And due to the extensive belief in Beatrice, she has power over the second world. Because in the first game, the belief in her hit a peak that she was allowed to exist. And now, she is toying around with this current game, because she was born on the night Twilight once more. So in the first game, it was all humans. But in this game, Beatrice is messing with things. Yes, the culprits probably might be still humans, but she is now able to toy around with everything that's going on because the belief in her got stronger. Actually, in the second game, the cases kept on getting stranger and stranger as they went on. Meaning, she was already awakening in the first game as the belief in her strengthened throughout. So, this game might have differences between the first episode and second episode in regards to how the game is set up, because since Beatrice now exists, this is a chessboard game. In the first game, it was just a regular mansion murder mystery party, but now we're in the witch's game. That's my theory. She may control this game, but she was never responsible for the first one. The second one, she's in control, but in the first one, she wasn't in control.
そりゃそうだろうよ。密室で俺に魔法を信じさせたいお前にとっちゃ、想定外のマスターキーは非常に不利だろうよ。何しろ俺は、世情に関するトリックが登場するたびに、過去に紛失したマスターキーや、その複製を犯人が所持していてって論法で対抗していくつもりだったからよ。
そうよ、その通り。だから、そこを崩す一手を打たせてもらうことにした。設定を変更する。マスターキーは使用人たちがそれぞれ持つ一本のみ。
And with that truth, it kind of supports the theory of the servants are somehow involved with this plot.
ふざけやがって。それより、こりゃどういう手なんだ。ローザおばさんは何を言っているんだ。
さあなあ、話に耳を傾けてみるがよかろう。
ありがとう。状況が整理できたわ。そしてジェシカちゃんを襲った犯人、あるいはその一味の一人を特定できたわ。
Suspicious scent. Oh shit, here we go! Oh no, here we go!
なんだって。それは誰だよ。
まさかローザおばさんはカノン君のことを言ってるんじゃないでしょうね。
カノン君がどうしてですか？
この部屋は施錠されていたわ。
Okay, before you give your reasoning, Rosa, let me pull up something real quick that could or could not prove Kanon's innocence. Though, let's revert back to the scene. Though they would not know how that scene went out. Like, they would not have known how that scene went out, but hear me out. Jessica didn't have her room locked. So easily someone could go in there. And when Kanon heard her scream, he also ran in there. That person, after Kanon runs in there, killed Kanon and Jessica, carried Kanon away, and used his master key, or their own master key, to lock the door. Meaning, Kanon could still be suspect, but there's also another way to prove his innocence if Jessica is known to leave her room unlocked. So her room was unlocked, meaning the culprit could have came in at any moment, whether the culprit be another servant or someone else. And Kanon also came in there because the room was unlocked. After they were both dead, Kanon was brought away. Jessica stayed in the room, and the door was locked using his key. Meaning, he might have killed her, but he probably didn't kill her. Well, we all know what happened since we saw what happened, but I was trying to give an explanation that could, deny Rosa's claim ahead of time. Though someone else could say the same claim. But I'm gonna let this scene play out.
そしてこの部屋に施錠できる鍵は使用人のみんなが持っているマスターキーとジェシカちゃんが持っているこの鍵しかない。でもジェシカちゃんの鍵はここに閉じ込められていた。ということは施錠できたのはマスターキーしかありえないの。
おっしゃる通りです。
となれば誰かがジェシカちゃんを殺し、そして施錠したことになる。その人物はマスターキーを持っていたわ。そしてマスターキーを持っていた人物は5人しかいない。
そんな、私ではありませんよ。私ではそんなことできません。
熊沢さんは朝が遅かった。私たちが礼拝堂から客間に戻ってきてそこで会ったわけだけど、それまでの間あなたがどこで何をしていたかは証明不能。物陰から私たちを伺っていて孤立したジェシカちゃんたちの後を追いこっそり襲いかかった。
私がお嬢様のところを訪れてこんなむごいことをしたとおっしゃるのですか。あんまりにございます。あんまりですとも。
I can't tell if you're one of the worst liars in the world, or one of the best bluffers, or if you're saying the truth.
ゴーダさんだってどうです？あなたはカノン君にジェシカちゃんを任せて帰ってきたと言ったわ。でも本当なのかしら。本当は2人を殺してカノン君の死体を隠して、それで何食わぬ顔で戻ってきたんじゃないのかしら。
そんなことはありません。このゴーダ誓ってそのようなことはいたしません。
私たちではありません。私たちは親方様のご命令で。
ええ、あなたと源氏さんについてだけは大丈夫。お父様から聞いた話でそれは裏付けられてる。2人はお父様の部屋でずっと筆行と立ち会いをしていた。お父様と私が保証するわ。
ありがとうございます。
こうなれば郷田さんと熊沢さんのどちらかが怪しいという論法になると思うの。私もこの部屋に入った最初はそう思った。でもね、おかしいと思ったの。ジェシカちゃんの遺体の様子を見て。みんなはおかしいと思わない？
おかしいと言われますと？
ジェシカちゃんは背中を刺されてるの。ほら、よく一般的に言うでしょ。背中を刺された事件は顔見知りが犯人の可能性が高いって。部屋に気を許せないような人を招き入れて背中を無防備にさらしたりなんか絶対にしない。
She's about to say Kanon, but couldn't that apply to all the servants? Though, of course, she wanted to be alone. And maybe the only person that, she would trust into the room would have been Kanon. Maybe. Also, did Rosa see Kinzo? That's actually a good question. Did she see Kinzo? Because if she saw Kinzo, that kind of ruins my ghost Kinzo theory. If she saw Kinzo, that ruins my ghost Kinzo theory. But if she only heard him, then ghost Kinzo is still on because she could have heard his ghostly voice. That's one thing I actually wanted to think about for a second there, because I'm like, wait a second, Rosa communicated with Kinzo. That could definitely kill the ghost Kinzo theory. Yeah, that definitely could have killed the ghost Kinzo theory if she saw him, but I don't know if she saw him or not.
まさかローザ様はそれをカノン君だとおっしゃるんですか？
No. I poured water on Kayube. I baptized him. Alright. He's dry now. God damn.
ええ、私たちは殺される直前のジェシカちゃんの様子をよく知ってる。両親の無残な遺体を見てジェシカちゃんはかなりパニックを起こしてたわ。そしてその後に冷静を取り戻しひどく落ち込んだだろうことは容易に想像がつく。そんなジェシカちゃんが一人で部屋に閉じこもったという心理はとても理解できるの。そしてこの辺りの経緯は郷田さんの話とも一致するわ。一人にしてくれと言ったジェシカちゃん、そして年も近く思春期の関係もあったかもしれないカノン君が自分に任せてほしいと言った気持ち、本当によくわかるの。そしてだからこそカノン君をジェシカちゃんは部屋に迎え入れたと思うの。でも郷田さんや熊沢さんだったらどうかしら。部屋に入れてもらえたかしら。
私はお嬢様に信頼を得ていたと信じています。ではありますが、その
You know, as much as I hate to say that, what Rosa is saying could add up as well. Though we saw what happened to them, it could still have actually added up when I think about it. Though, of course, I would not like to believe Kanon would kill Jessica. Though, okay, I think I could actually think of one way he could have done it. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to do the mistake again of, because I like the character and because I always think they're going to be a great person. I'm not doing that anymore. No, this is a Rikishi work. So, I'm not going to be blindsided by how much I like a character or, how much I want them to succeed. No, I'm going to completely throw out the window and make this cold and heartless theory as to how, if Beatrice didn't kill Jessica, and if that entire thing was made up in Jessica's head to make her, think that something else happened than what might have actually happened. You see, the thing with Beatrice could be Jessica's escape from this possible reality if the witch didn't exist. Here we go. I'm hating that I'm saying this, but here we go. Kanon killed her with the stake. And this is how he did it. Well, it's kind of obvious how he did it. But, okay, this is why he might have done it. Because of his attachment to being furniture. He was trying to cut off the last piece of attachment by getting rid of Jessica as the last piece of attachment. He could be sent to the Golden Land if he makes it to the very end. And he needed to tear apart the two who are close. Well, let me go ahead and think about this for a second. Tear apart the two who are close. Yes, Beatrice said there needs to be 13 victims. But if we translate the epitaph, of the witch, if we do that, on the second twilight, those who remain shall tear apart the two who are close. Okay, let's read some of the other twilights. On the first twilight, sacrifice the six chosen by the key. On the fourth twilight, gouge the head and kill. Fifth twilight, gouge the chest and kill, gouge the stomach and kill, and kill and kill. The second twilight never stated that both needed to be killed. On the second twilight, those who remain shall tear apart the two who are close. Kanon killed Jessica because they were close. He tore apart the two who are close. He didn't die, but he still killed Jessica and followed the epitaph so that he might have a higher chance to go to the Golden Land. Of course, that was a horrible thing for him to have done. He definitely, did something that that he definitely got heartbroken over because he killed his beloved Jessica. But he was trying to increase his chances into the Golden Land so that he could finally become human instead of furniture. He did it because he was so attached to the idea of he was furniture, but in the Golden Land, he might be able to become human within the Golden Land. So, he had to do the heartbreaking decision of killing Jessica in order to become human. Though, of course, he did realize at the very end, he might have became human. Or he might have not. That could have been himself, trying to possibly justify what he did. Because furniture might be a mindset. Or it might also be sort of magical. At the same time, it doesn't escape the fact that Kanon might have killed Jessica in order to proceed with the epitaph. Because with the second Twilight, it never specifies that both need to be killed on the second Twilight. I know, this is a little bit of a crackpot theory, but it might work. It might work. This could have worked because he still followed the epitaph. Yes, the witch said she was going to get 13 sacrifices. At the same time, on the second Twilight, those remain shall tear apart the two are close. Technically, if you interpret it word by word, it doesn't exactly mean they both need to be killed, or if they even need to be killed at all by the way it's worded. In the legitimate terms of tear apart the two are close, you gotta actually separate them. With Eva and Hideyoshi's case, I don't think that worked, because they were both killed, but that didn't exactly tear them apart, if you think about it closely. This one, well, Beatrice literally took Kanon's body away from Jessica. If we go from the explanation that Beatrice is responsible for their deaths this time around, well, if we go from the way that my vision of what Kanon did, if we go from that point of view, Kanon killed Jessica, tearing them apart because he did the ultimate backstab. He did the ultimate backstab. And Jessica, trying to run away, she imagined that scenario of Kanon heroically trying to save her from Beatrice.
なら郷田さんもやはり容疑者の一人ね。郷田さんは多分ジェシカちゃんには好かれてないと思ってたから、ナーバスなジェシカちゃんは部屋に入れなかったと思う。だから犯人ではありえないって思ったんだけど。
いえ、残念ながらお嬢様にはお認めいただけていなかったかもしれません。熊沢さんはどうですか？
私どもね長組は年が離れすぎていて、お嬢様のような若い方の気持ちはなかなか汲み取れません。お嬢様も私たちに心は開かなかったでしょうとも。ねえ郷田さん。
そうです。
They're just trying to back each other up now.
私たちではとても心を開かなかったでしょう。長身のお嬢様が私たちを部屋に入れてくれたわけなどありません。
Goda-san and Kumasawa Bachan each claps their hands together, affirming each other with 4 smiles on their faces. It was a really unpleasant routine.
昇進のジェシカちゃんが部屋に入ることを許した人物、無防備な背中を許した人物、そしてその人物はマスターキーを持っていた。それらが示すのは一人、カノン君しかありえないのよ。
待ってください。カノン君は決してそんなことは。
あら、じゃあ他に誰が？やっぱり郷田さんか熊沢さんが怪しいの？シャノンちゃんはどっちが疑わしいと思う？ね
私は
ありませんよ、シャノンさん。私ではありませんとも。
もちろん私でもありません。お嬢様と仲が良かったのはカノンさんと、あとシャノンさんじゃありませんか。
ああ、そうだったわね。シャノンちゃんならジェシカちゃんも部屋に入れてくれるかもしれない。でもあなたはお父様のところにいたはず。でも実はあなたが犯人なの。
Oh shit.
シャノンが犯人のわけはない。おじい様のところで大切な用事をしていたとさっき言ったはず。
分かってる。シャノンちゃんとゲンジさんは犯人じゃない。ずっと一緒にいたとお父様も認めてる。さてみんなはどう考えるかしら。
Asked that, no one could respond. Because even if someone did argue back, they would then have to offer the name of a different suspicious person. And no matter whose name that was, that person was here. No one could do something like that. Auntie Rosa glanced at everyone in turn, fingering the gun like it was a toy. She seemed so different from the normal, kind Auntie Rosa. No, it's probably because I still don't feel how much danger we're in. Maybe until Auntie Rosa's attitude seemed natural to me, I wasn't fully appreciating the danger.
意見はないよね。じゃあ私の意見を言うわ。カノン君が死体なき犠牲者である可能性はもちろん否定できない。でも死体が見つからない限りカノン君が容疑者である可能性も全く否定できないわ。ひょっとするとカノン君は犯人に襲われてどこかに監禁されていたというような口実でひょっこりと現れるかもしれない。でも用心して。多分おそらく、いや確実ね。カノン君がジェシカちゃんを殺した。
バカ。
私には信じられません。カノン君がお嬢様をなんて。無理です。
僕もシャノンに同じだよ。カノン君が犯人だと決めつけることには反対だ。
なら郷田さんと熊沢さんどっちが犯人なの？怪しい方を教えて。
私たちではありません。
カノン君じゃなくてこの扉を施錠できるのは誰なの？シャノンちゃん？ジョージ君？ねえねえねえね
え。Auntie Rosa closed in on Shana-chan and George Niki, laughing unpleasantly. Of course, they couldn't say anything back. They wanted to believe in Kanon-kun, but if they did, they would have to suspect the other servants. The simplest culprit was the mystery guest, Beatrice. But she was nothing more than a guest, and didn't have a master key. Then, if Beatrice was the culprit without a master key, do we have to accept the argument that she really is a witch? And locked the door with the power of magic?
汚ねえ論法だ。汚ねえ。
何を悩む？わらわのせいにしてしまえ。19人目の謎の来客のせいにすればよいではないか。そうすれば人間どもの醜い押し付け合いを見ずに済むぞ。
つまりなんだよ。犯人は19人目の来客、ベアトリーチェ。こいつは魔女だからマスターキーがなくても魔法で施錠できたと。そいつを認めろってのかよ。ふざけるなふざけるなふざけるな
Oh god. Okay, that's the face that I don't like. Oh god.
前回のゲームでお前の弱点は知り尽くしているぞ。さあどうするどうする。お前はわらわを絶対に認めないのだったな。ならカノンというちょうどいい生贄を使えばよい。
Holy shit!
カノンがジェシカを殺した。
Okay, that wasn't in red.
ローザの説を支持すればこの場は丸く収まるぞ。
Or the witch is purposely not making it red.
カノンはもう死んでいるのだ。死者に気遣う必要などあるまい。
That's also not in red.
そしてこの場にいる誰も疑わずに済む。
ちくしょう、お前を認めたりはしない。でもカノン君が犯人だなんてそんなことはありえない。
Alright, you know what? I'm gonna be with Beatrice on this. How is it impossible, Battler?
私は誰も疑いたくはありません。しかし疑わしきは黒ということもあるにはあります。とにかく用心するに越したことはないでしょうな。
なんじゃ先生、それはどういう意味ですか。
その勘違いしないでください。私はカノンさんを犯人だと決めつけたいわけじゃない。しかし事情がわかるまでカノンさんが犯人の可能性もあると、そう思っておいた方が安全だというのです。
そうですわね。用心はしてしすぎることはありませんもの。
It didn't seem as though anyone blamed Danjo. In reality, no one thought that Kanon was the culprit. But if they didn't suspect him, they would have to suspect one of the servants here. We didn't want to do that. We didn't want to suspect. We didn't want to be suspected.
それで正解よ。警戒してしすぎるということはない。それについて異論はないのね。いい？この殺人事件にはお父様の黄金伝説が関わっている可能性がとても高い。だとすれば数百億円の莫大な黄金を独り占めしようと企む何者かの犯行に違いない。それだけのお金が手に入ればどこの国でも生涯遊んで暮らせるわ。そのためなら私たちを皆殺しにすることだってあるかもしれない。
Maria, this is not the time. Don't do this, Maria. Do not do this, Maria. Do not do this, Maria. Do not. Please don't. Please just don't.
マスターキーを持っていないという理由でジェシカちゃん殺しについてだけは19人目の来客ベアトリーチェを容疑者から外した。でも事件に関わってないとは言えないの。何しろ莫大な黄金ですもの。犯人は複数人いる可能性だって否定できない。今この瞬間この中に犯人に買収されている人間が混じっているかもしれない。
As Auntie Rosa yelled, she looked all around, her gun still raised. Don't believe anyone. suspect the person right next to you. That's what she was saying. But no one wanted to suspect. They didn't want to suspect anyone. That weakness in their hearts demanded an answer from those not here.
容疑者でないと信じることができるのは2つしかない。自分自身と、そして死体になったものだけよ。
I'm gonna disagree with that. There could be infighting between the culprits. That is a possibility. Or someone fucking faked their death. Don't trust corpses already. Do not trust corpses.
それはカノン君も同じ。死体が見つからない限り、彼はジェシカちゃん殺しの最有力容疑者なのよ。だから用心して。もし生きてたとしても、何かの理由を取り繕っても、絶対に信用しちゃダメよ。いいわね。
No one gave an answer of their own initiative. However, those who met Auntie Rosa's eyes had to nod their heads. Humans are social beings. In other words, from the time they are born, trusting each other is imprinted in their genes. It is unpleasant to go against that. They definitely don't want to suspect anyone. But if they had to suspect someone, they thought that choosing one of the people not here right now would be the most acceptable. For just the reason of acceptability, they had passively chosen to sacrifice Kanon. Moon. This is ridiculous. I definitely don't want to believe that Kanon is the culprit. I only just heard it from George and Nikki, but not only were those two close in age, they also had that adolescent relationship Auntie Rosa had mentioned. It may be a little late now, but yes, they really did have that kind of air about them. After seeing her parents' tragic bodies, Jessica, bearing deep wounds in her heart, would have only trusted Kanon. That's a very conceivable story. So I don't like it. Kanon was the only one she trusted. So she wouldn't have let anyone but Kanon in. So he was the only one who could have killed Jessica. I just can't accept that line of argument.
わかった。カノン君がもし現れても油断しないで。カノン君の無実を証明できない限り、私たちはジェシカちゃん殺しの犯人をカノン君だと仮定します。
Auntie Rosa made that claim by using the ever so slightly vague word suppose. Ultimately, she gave everyone that last little push they needed. Everyone nodded weakly, and under the excuse that they were just temporarily supposing it, they concluded that Kanon was the culprit who had killed Jessica. I wonder what the dead Jessica and Kanon would think if they could hear this exchange. Oh God! No! 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 Jessica was crying. God damn you! You motherfuckers! Jessica was crying. She was crying in the chest of the person who had put his life on the line to fight for her, Kanon. It was frustrating. So frustrating that it felt like her chest would explode. She grieved and resented how far the dignity of the dead had been trampled.
あいつら
なんでカノン君のことを犯人扱いするんだよ。
死体がないからです。
死体がないとなんで犯人扱いなんだよ。カノン君は私のために命がけで戦ってくれたんだぜ。それであの魔女に戯れに死体を消されて、それで犯人はカノン君だなんて、ひどいぜ、ひどす
ぎる。いいんです。結局守りきれなかったけれど、最後にお嬢様のお役に立てたのですから。
それをどうしてみんな分かってくれないんだよ。やめろローザおばさん。そんなめちゃくちゃな推理でカノン君を犯人だなんて決めつけるな。
犯人だとは言ってません。疑わしいと、いえ用心しようと、そういう話ですから。
言ってるよ。こいつらはカノン君が犯人だということにしてきっと思考を停止する。もう私を殺した犯人が誰かなんて考えないよ。カノン君が犯人でない可能性なんて考えないよ。そしてこの後も何かあるたびに行方不明のカノン君の仕業にして言い訳を繰り返す。私はそんなの耐えられないよ。
いいんです。お嬢様だけは真実を知っています。
I don't even know the song that's playing right now, but it's fucking amazing.
私だけが知ってたって意味がないんだよ。死んで分かった。
But did you?
真実ってのは生きてる人間のものだ。真実が残らなかったら死者は報われない。何のためにカノン君が命を懸けたのか分かんなくなっちゃう。
実に愉快な見物よ。死者の嘆きほど甘い蜜も珍しい。嘆け嘆け。そなたがいくら嘆こうとも死者の声は決して聖者には届かぬ。
畜生、畜生。誰でもいい。私の声を聞いてくれ。
I fucking swear if Balor somehow hears them, I'm gonna lose my shit.
カノン君は犯人なんかじゃない。カノン君は死体を消されただけなんだ。どうしてそれが分かんないんだよ。
お嬢様、
こんなの嫌だ。悲しい、悔しい。これじゃカノン君は殺されそうじゃないか。死者の名誉は聖者が認めなきゃ得られないんだ。誰でもいい。気づいてくれよ。お願いだよ。カノン君は犯人じゃない。ああ、行くなよみんな。頼むからそのままで終わりにしないで。行かないで。
Fuck the timing. Fuck the timing, that was so beautiful. Oh. Rosa proclaimed that this room should be sealed until the police came. The rest didn't want to suspect each other, so they happily accepted that. They accepted Kanon as the tentative culprit, without even imagining how much disgrace that gave to the dead. They accepted it.
お嬢様、もういいんです。
choice, man. You're our only hope, Kona.
このまま私たちを残さないで。カノン君を犯人扱いのままにしないで。
Oh god.
死者の嘆きは決して届かぬ。笑わせるぞお前のその顔。届くと思ってるだろう。届かないんだよジェシカ。
全然ダメだな。
No! Whoa! Whoa! Drive to the grave, holy shit!
バトラ君、何か言った？
ああ、ダメだ。全然ダメだな。
God fucking damn it! I fucking knew it! I fucking knew it! I knew it would be him! At the time everyone made to leave the room, only Battler had his back to them, and he was still looking down at Jessica's body.
全然ダメってどういうこと？何か異論でもあるの？
警戒しようって話にだけは賛成する。だがカノン君が犯人ってことにしようって話は悪いが拒否させてもらう。
ほう、ここで食いついてくるとは。カノンが犯人ではなく、しかもわらわの仕業でもないならば、このジェシカの部屋の密室をどう説明する？
Let's hear it, Battler. Let's hear it. I actually want to know.
実を言うとそれについてはお手上げだ。まったく俺はどうして全然ダメだなんて言っちまったんだ。自分の言動には責任を持たねえとな。理論武装ゼロの都市空間だがな、俺はこれ以上指を加えてないぜベアトリーチェ。
バトラ様。
カノン君が犯人ではないという証拠でもあるのかい？
The expression that rose to those two's faces was definitely expected. They didn't want to believe that Kanon was culprit. In truth, they believed in Kanon. So, this expectation was because they wanted to be made to believe in him even more strongly.
なら、バトラ君は他の使用人の誰を疑うの？幸田さん？それとも熊沢さん？
よせよ、ローザおばさん。俺は熊沢のばあちゃんという人をよく知ってる。
God damn it, my bladder. Alright, I'm gonna rush. Speed 1P. Here we go. Alright. Alright, I didn't time that, but you know what? I want to get back to this. Alright, sorry Battler for interrupting. It's just that I didn't want to pee my pants by the elevation you're gonna have.
たまに仕事をサボってたりするが、いつだって人を楽しくさせようとする人だ。たとえ金に目がくらんだとしても殺しだけはする人じゃね
うわ、バトラーさん。
そしてゴーダさんとは俺は昨日会ったばかりだ。正直この人のことはまだよく理解していない。だが分かったことがある。
私は
こんなに楽しそうに飯を作る人を俺は見たことがない。同じなんだよ。熊沢のばあちゃんと同じだ。ゴーダさんは人を喜ばせるのが好きな人なんだ。そんな人が自分の飯をうまいと褒めてくれた人、たとえ金を積まれたって殺すもんか。
ならバトラ君は誰がジェシカちゃんを殺したというの？マスターキーでしか施錠できないこの部屋に誰がジェシカちゃんを閉じ込めたというの？
待ちな。それを論じる前に俺ははっきりさせておく。誰々が犯人でないなら誰々が犯人という話がしたいんじゃない。俺は単にカノン君が犯人だということは断じてありえないという。
犯人がカノンではないということを立証できるというのだな。どうやって？
実に簡単なことさ。危うく見落とすところだったぜ。ベアト、副賞要求言えるもんなら言ってみろ。カノン君はマスターキーを持っていた。
Oh my god, he's using the red truth to his advantage.
ほう。
カノン君がマスターキーを持っていない？どうしてそんなことがわかるの？
さっき俺はゴーダさんに話を聞いた。カノン君と別れる直前、ジェシカが貴賓室に殴り込みに行ったってあたりの話だ。ゴーダさん、あんたはちゃんと覚えてたよ。あんたはカノン君の名誉を守った。
私がですか？
同じ話は僕も聞いてたよ。でも僕にはよくわからなかった。説明してくれるかい、バトラ君。
そうさ、ジェシカは貴賓室の鍵を開けるときカノン君に鍵を借りたが返さなかった。だからカノン君はマスターキーを持っていないんだ。
ほう。
それはどうかな。確かにゴーダの記憶上ではマスターキーをカノンに返してはいない。しかしゴーダが見ていないところで返したかもしれない。
Or it could have been taken from her. It could have been taken from her.
それが絶対になかったとどう証明する？カノンの死体のポケットを調べればそれは立証できるだろうが、それはできない。証明は不可能だ。
全然ダメだな。実に簡単なことじゃねえか。
そんな。それじゃあカノン君は鍵を持ってなかったというの？
ああ。そしてその証拠はジェシカを調べればわかるはずだ。ジェシカのポケットにカノン君のマスターキーが入ってるはず。南條先生、調べてくれるか？
This is the moment of truth. Nanjo dashed up to Jessica and searched in her jacket pockets. Everyone, hold for it. Please. Be there!
ありましたぞ。
Well, that might have helped prove someone's innocence right there.
これですかな。はい。それがマスターキーです。間違いありません。
That might have helped prove someone's innocence there. Can I argue that? Can I argue that? I can't think of an argument for that, actually. Unless when the other servants locked the door, but no, I think that kind of helps prove his innocence right there. Maybe, maybe. I'm not throwing out the possibility, but nothing's in red. Literally, nothing's in red. But that could help. I've not seen anything in red, though. So I'm taking this with a grain of salt because nothing's in red yet. Genji's statement. There was a small ooh of joyful voices.
それがカノン君のマスターキーだ。もう一度言うぜ。
Wait, can I do something real quick? Can I do something real quick? Hold on. I need to go back. I need to go back. I need to see some. Shut up! Battler, stop! Alright, hold up. Let me go back. Does the message browser have the red truce? Oh god, there's a lot of text. Hold up, do these contain the red truce? I need to go back to a certain red truce. I need to see something. Please tell me they keep the red truce here. Oh no. No. Where? There we go. Okay. The only master keys are the ones held by the servants. One key each. Okay. That kind of helps prove that Kanon might be innocent. That red truth right there. The only master keys are the ones held by the servants. One key each. So there's only 6 keys. Unless one of the other servants does not have their key on them. That proves Kanon is innocent. In a sense. But that also proves Beatrice was behind the death. But how the hell did actually wait, hold on. No, that proves that Kanon's innocent, not one of the others. Wait, let me reword that 1 second. Okay. With this and this alone, this could prove Kanon's innocent unless he's working with one of the other servants with the cover-up of, you know, Jessica's body. But other than that, this kind of helps prove the only master keys are the ones held by servants, 1 key each. This proves, unless Kanon got help, that Kanon didn't do it. Yeah, but it also could prove that Beatrice did it, for which, I mean, it's very possible since this is the second part. We're only thinking about this scenario. What about the previous scenario? This scenario might be Beatrice, but what about the previous scenario? Was that Beatrice? That's the important question. Also at the same time, interesting. This might have just proved that Kanon might be innocent.
カノン君はマスターキーを持っていない。だから施錠できたわけがないんだ。
確かにそのようね。でもカノン君がジェシカちゃんに会った最後の人物なのよ。疑わしいことに変わりはないわ。
予想ぜ。そういうの。人間ってのは本来信じ合う生き物のはずだ。なのに世知がない世の中を生きるために疑り深さを覚えちまう。だから何でも疑っちまう。俺たちは悲しい生き物だな。その差がを俺は否定しねえ。だが証拠なき断定だけは許さない。疑わしきは黒じゃねえ、白だ。もちろん世の中は狼だらけさ。人を不用心に全て信じろとは言わねえ。だが黒だと断定するならば完全な証拠を用意しろ。それができない限り 絶対に憶測で人を黒だなんて言うんじゃね
え。それは
疑わしきは黒は私の発言ですが、軽率でした。謝ります。
バトラ様、
見事な推理だよバトラ君。ゴーダさんもありがとう。あなたが覚えていてくれたからカノン君の疑いが晴らせました。
Kanon is the good guy!
いや
Golden sneer. It was the dry sound of the witch's applause.
お見事お見事。なかなかやるではないか。
What are you plotting?
やべえな。まんまと餌ごまに引っかかっちまったか。
そなたは見事。カノンにだけはこの部屋の扉を施錠できなかったことを証明した。使用人は全員マスターキーを持つはず。それが根拠となり、カノンが犯人扱いとなっていたのだから、少なくともその疑いは見事に晴らせたな。
となると、ジェシカを殺した犯人はどうやって扉を施錠したのか、そういう問題になっちまうわけだな。まんまと思い通りの展開に引き込まれちまったぜ。
かかったな。
Good trick, Beatrice. Good trick.
しかもそなたは他の使用人たちを誰も疑わないなどと大それたことを言ってしまった。さーて、どう言い繕うのか見ものよ。
うるせえぜ。早速始めるぞ。どうせがっつり否定されちまうんだろうが、先にこの部屋が密室であることの定義を確認させてもらうぜ。
よかろう。まず隠し扉の類は一切ない。
Okay, that's good to know.
出入りはこの扉からだけだ。
Okay.
扉の施錠はジェシカの鍵が1本と使用人たちが1本ずつ持つマスターキーのみ。2階ではあるが窓から出入りすることも可能だろう。しかし窓は内側から施錠されている。
いきなりチェス盤をひっくり返させてもらうぜ。多分扉がどうこう施錠がどうこうって論法から入るのはお前の手のひらから出ない。
好きにするがよい。さてさて、何を復唱すればよいのやら。
復唱要求。カノン君はこの部屋で殺された。
うん。カノンはこの部屋で殺された。
Okay, so he is dead. Whoa. There's no corpse, but he is dead. The witch declared it in red. So even without a corpse, his death is introvertible. Alright. So Kanon definitely died in that room. He definitely died in that room.
死体はわらわが魔法で消したがね。
続けて復唱要求。 ノン君の死体はこの部屋にある。
拒否する。復唱はできぬ。なぜなら死体はわらわが魔法で消したからだ。
Well, did you? Or did you not? That's not in red. That's not in red. Okay, that's kind of... No, that'll be annoying. Every time she says something, I'm gonna say that's not in red, so I won't.
そりゃ言わねえよな。そこにどうせ秘密があるに決まってるんだ。くそ、謎の門店はどこなんだ。マスターキーもなく施錠したことなのか。施錠された室内にいる2人をどうやって殺したかなのか。それとも2人を殺しどうやって脱出したかなのか。悔しいが外堀から埋めてくしかないぜ。復唱要求。最後の施錠はマスターキーによるものである。
これも拒否する。
Alright.
その拒否ってやつがどうも曖昧だな。復唱不能だから拒否なのか、本当は復唱できるのにわざと拒否してるのかがわからね
え。礼拝堂の鍵の時はそなたにすっかり逆手に取られてしまった。わらわが有利なうちはわざわざリスクのある赤を使って発言する必要がない。ただそれだけのことよ。
そうなんだよな。本来赤ってのは俺の陳説をあんたが封じるときに使うもんだったんだよな。
わらわが有利になるように使うのは当然のこと。上げ足を取られるリスクが分かっている以上無駄には使わぬ。さて次はどういう手で来る？ゴーダや熊沢を疑う手がおそらく一番使いやすいぞ。
くそ、誘導されているようでムカつくぜ。しばらく黙ってろ。考える。
もちろんこの扉は礼拝堂の時と同じだ。施錠時にはいかなる方法をもってしても出入りはできぬ。さらに言うと部屋の外から鍵を使わずに施錠するようなからくりも通用せぬぞ。
Clarification? I'm liking it.
頼まれてねえ時にばかり赤を乱発しやがって。
Let's back up. Let me just think. I'll lay out everything I know. First, there are two victims. Jessica and Kanon-kun. Kanon-kun's corpse isn't here, but Beatrice admitted in red that Kanon-kun was killed. So even without a corpse, he's included as a victim. There are a few questionable points, and depending on which I focus on, my line of thought changes a lot. First, after the culprit committed murder in this room, how did they lock it? If we assume that the culprit was one of those holding a master key, it's extremely simple. But I want to avoid that if I can. Because I would have to suspect Goda-san or Kumasawa-san. No. In the worst case, even Shannon-chan and Genji-san. At this point, I notice something. I'm contradicting myself. I'm cutting my own throat. I want to be... There we go, he finally realizes it. I want to deny Beatrice no matter what. I want to erase the existence of that brutal, fickle, ridiculous rich. In order to do that, I have to explain everything with humans, not magic. But that also means suspecting some human. I don't want to suspect someone. Of course, if there was some clear proof, I would have to believe that person was culprit. But as long as that didn't happen, I didn't want to cast any suspicions. Am I just green? Am I just a kid who doesn't want to have my feelings? Which tell me that at least this person or that person couldn't be a murderer, betrayed? I want to deny it was a witch. I also want to deny that it was a human. Now, I don't know what is what anymore. Ha ha ha!
そもそもそなたとわらわのゲームはわらわの存在を否定できるかどうかだけが勝利の条件だった。それだけでもそなたに不利なゲームなのに、そなたは勝手に勝利条件を増やし、自ら勝利を困難なものとしてしまっている。
It's just as she says. If I started arguing that someone holding a master key was the culprit, this locked room could easily be broken. However, since the number of keys that could open this door are limited, and furthermore, it's clearly known who holds them, saying that would mean that I was suspecting someone I knew well. Now, have I just been averting my eyes? In that locked room trick with the chapel, which had been exhilarating to destroy, I proposed that someone stole the key from Maria's handbag and returned it. If that theory is right, then the question becomes who could have stolen the key from her handbag. Maria's handbag had probably been at its most unguarded when she was sleeping. In that case, in addition to me, George and Nikki and Jessica are also suspects. George and Nikki, or Jessica was the culprit? Or maybe an accomplice? All of our parents have been killed, right? And yet, one of us consented to that and assisted with a crime? We had lamented, mourned, and shed tears in the chapel. And yet, one among us had been lying? Whoa! Hi, Beatrice.
そなたの例の手提げから抜き出し戻したという説はいとこたちを色濃く疑うものであったのだぞ。
George? 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 George and Shannon? George and Shannon. Alright. This is getting interesting.
にもかかわらず、それに気づかないふりをして。よくもあれだけの説をシャーシャーとのたまえたものよ。
くそ。だからって親族や使用人の誰かが犯人だって保証はねえ。お前が例えば段ボール箱にでも隠れながらコソコソと近づいてきて熟睡してる俺たちの部屋に忍び込んで鍵を奪った可能性だって十分あるじゃねえか。
それについてはそれでもよかろう。19人目の来客であるわらわを疑うことで彼らに疑いをかけずに済む。ならばジェシカの部屋の施錠はどうする？わらわは魔法で鍵を開けることは造作もないが、さすがにマスターキーは持たぬ。 わらわの魔法を否定するならば、わらわを疑うことも否定せねばならんぞ。そしてそれはつまり、そなたら18人の中の誰かを疑うことよ。
親切にありがとうよ。少し整理できたぜ。俺にとっての目的は、人間である19人目の来客ベアトリーチェがどうやって犯行に及んだかに迫ることだ。そうすれば誰も疑わずに済む。
それができればな。愚かな男よ。こんな部屋、本来は密室でも何でもない。何しろ開けることのできる鍵は合計で6本もあるのだからな。そしてそれらの所有者は何人もいる。誰でも疑える。疑い放題よ。なのにお前はわざわざそれらを全て否定し、自分で密室を作ってしまった。
Goda has his master keys. Okay, that's one thing I want to preface real quick. Let's hear this out. Okay, Kanon's key was on Jessica. Goda definitely has his key. Does Kumasawa have her key? Does Shannon have her key? Does Genji have his key? The only way to know is if they all confirm they all have their keys. Right now, Goda is innocent by him having a key. But that also could make him suspicious as well for covering up the death of Kanon in that room. But also, Genji, Shannon, and Kumasawa are definitely suspect. So, regardless of anything that Beatrice says, a servant is an accomplice to what happened to Jessica. A servant is accomplice. But for this scenario, Shannon and Genji are backed up by Kinzo for being in the room. To be believed, they're backed up to be in the room. But Kumasawa, you're the most suspicious one. You're the most suspicious one then to, cause that locked room scenario. 全然ダメだ。
わかるか？これはお前の思考的矛盾が生み出した密室なのよ。他の誰でもない、そなた自身が扉を閉ざしているのだ。
魔女が魔法で開けたことを認めるか、俺の知る誰かが犯人であることを認めるかの二択だって言いたいんだな。くそ、大手飛車取りのつもりかよ。
こういう指し手もあると披露したかったまで。さてどうする後ろ宮バトラー。実に簡単な話じゃないか。あの自意識過剰な料理男と死に損ないのクソババアをちょいと生贄に仕立て上げるだけじゃない。
くそ、幸田さんと熊沢さんを疑えばそれでいいのか。ダメだ、俺は幸田さんが犯人だとは思えない。熊沢さんが犯人だとは思えない。だがお前は認めない。絶対だ。
ならば魔法もマスターキーも使わずにこの部屋に入り、ジェシカとカノンを殺し、しかもカノンの死体を魔法を使わずに消失させねばならない。ど どうやって行う？わらわを否定しつつ誰も疑わずにどうやって行うのか。
リザインだ。
バトラ君、今なんて。
降参だよ。俺はカノン君にこの扉が施錠できないことは証明できた。だからといってジェシカを誰が殺したのかを特定できたわけじゃない。
いえ、十分です。そのカノン君のためにありがとうございます。
礼なんかいらねえ。それはつまりシャノンちゃんを疑ってるってことなんだからよ。ローザおばさん、ごめんよ。別に反抗したかったわけじゃない。俺も死にたくないし、親父たちの本当の仇を見つけ出したい。協調性のないことを言って悪かったぜ。
いいの。私も少し軽率だったわ。仲直りしましょう。おばとおい同士仲良くしないとね。
Auntie Rosa shifted the gun to one hand and held out her other hand. I reached out, and for the time being, we shook hands. Auntie's gaze was sharp. In order to deny the witch, she would make anyone a sacrifice. That's what her eyes told me. And me? I denied the witch. But I wasn't prepared to lose anything. I was probably the one who thought himself most ready to fight. And the one standing the furthest from the truth. I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. He kind of is stupid by how much he is denying some things. And wow, it's 1 o'clock. Wolves and Sheep's Puzzle. All right. Next chapter is Wolves and Sheep's Puzzle. And with all of that, holy crap, I cannot describe how exhausting this chapter was. A lot of revelations have been made in this part. I actually need to take a few seconds before I say something wild that came into my head. I'm gonna say something extremely, extremely wild because of the revelation that one of the cousins could be involved. Yes, I might have thrown some shade at George and Shannon, for which I can't think of a full theory as to why they would do this, other than, eloping after killing their family. But there was one more character. That could be suspect. This is a crack theory, by the way. I'm not actually being serious with this one, but this was just a thought that came into my head. Battler? Are you being honest? Are you being honest, Battler? Battler? Are you being honest? Honesty is a virtue. Are you being honest, Battler? Battler was behind it the whole time. So, we use that in regards. Battler, what he's saying right now makes him to be a huge moron, but he's the most intelligent person because he's the last person you would expect. The person who's saying all the stupidest shit in order to deny a fucking witch the whole time. He was the murderer. He's using this board game analogy of him versus the witch to find the true killer as a form of running away from the fact that he was responsible for the massacre. If that's not a crack theory, I don't know what is. No, I got even bigger crack theory. Everyone did not die. They're all alive. They're just pulling a huge joke on Ballard. Joke's on you, man. No one's dead. We're just really good actors. Or Ballard's the best actor in the world, and he's pretending to be the dumbass who denies anyone could have done the murderers and denies that the witch is responsible because he did it! And he's trying to get everyone to figure out that he is responsible. Now, of course, that could easily be picked apart because there's actually definite moments where he could have not have killed anyone. There's definitely moments where he could have not killed anyone without the assistance of someone else. Yeah. The whole joke theory of Ballard being the true culprit, that can so be nitpicked and torn apart. That's why I say it's a joke crack theory, but I'll laugh my ass off if I actually got it correct and we're with a narrator that is not telling us the truth. What's that trope called again? Shit. Oh man, I know. What's the trope's name? Untrustful narrator? No. Oh, fuck. I don't know what the trope's name is. Shoot, I just thought of it. But anyways, Ballard could be lying to us. Fuck. Okay, I had to end this episode with a joke. The delirium is getting to me. The delirium of just so much information is getting to me. But anyways, thank you everybody for watching this episode. My headphones fell to the ground. Thank you everybody for watching this video. Leave a like, leave a comment, and suffer with me next time.
Okay.